Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fancy Football. And this is the Europe Speaks 5. And it's good to have you all on the show today to talk about football, European football, especially the Premier League, which is on the front burner on our discussion this evening. And the question is that when will the title race in the English Premier League be decided? Or rather, will the title race go down to the wire? With me on the show is Noso Alenze. Also, good evening, and how are you?
Good evening to you. Good evening, fans. It's football. Always nice to be here. Great to be part of the show. Let's have a wonderful ride.
Yeah, let's have a wonderful show. There's a match currently going on now, and it is 1-1 between Luton Town, who are 17th on the log, 18th on the log in the relegation zone, and
And
Everton,
Everton.
who have survived relegation. They have four wins in their last 5 matches. Can they make it? Hopefully, four in a row this evening. And let's see. Cavalo give them the lead through the penalty spot, and Adebayo equalized from his
Elijah.
own.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
let's see what these teams will bring up. I think looking at what we have on in that match, we the match 84 minutes, let's say 84, 85 minutes play, still 1-1. Let's see what will happen at the end of the day. Okay, quickly let's dive into our discussion this evening. Now, so I have asked the question, and I need an answer to that question. When will the title race be decided between Manchester City? Because I have already counted out Liverpool. Whatsoever that will going to happen this weekend, Liverpool can only get 9 points out of their next three matches, and City can only get 12 points. Arsenal also 9 points. So, with what is going on now, when will the title race be decided between Manchester City, who are the defending champion, and Arsenal, who want to claim that title for the first time since 2000
Four.
and what? And four. When they did
2004. Yeah.
when they did the
No,
invisible.
visible. Yeah.
So when do we get the champion?
At some point, last 2 weeks, I thought it was Tottenham Hotspur that would decide who would win, who would be the champion, because they had everybody. They had Man City, they had Arsenal, they had Liverpool. But from what we've seen so far, it seems to be like every team has gotten their pound of flesh. Arsenal beat them. Certain Manchester City beat
They
them.
will play City this
They
they
will
will play
play.
City this week. They will play
No, they're playing
this City
Liverpool
next
this
week.
week.
Sorry.
They're playing
This week
City next week. They're playing Liverpool this week.
Liverpool
But
this
they've been
week,
beaten
yeah.
by Arsenal. They have been beaten by Chelsea. Maybe they could play spoiler to Liverpool tomorrow. But unfortunately, we already know they're out of the battle for the title with their last two games. Their abysmal performance in the last two games. So they could be still well decided. But I'm willing to tilt that they may not be the team to decide. But I think the race for the title will get to the final day. It's been a long while. We've seen the battle for this side to go to the final. I think the last time it did happen was when Liverpool and Man City went all the way. Both of them broke the record for points in the Premier League, but Man City won that one by just a single point. So remember again, it took us. If we go back a bit further, when Man City and Man United went all the way, there was back and forth onto Aguero. We can remember happened at the
Yeah.
Etihad Stadium, and the rest is history. So I think we could get that kind of finish again this season, because it looks like both teams, Arsenal and Manchester City, look like teams that don't want to drop points anytime soon. Arsenal have been very prudent in the to use for lack of words. I think they've approached games with different strategy, with ensuring that they win the game. Look at Tottenham Hotspur. They got the early goals. They managed the game. You could see that as well when they got to the way they played Chelsea. They got the goals and they managed the game. So both teams don't look like the teams that will drop points anytime soon. That's advantage Manchester City, because if Manchester City win all their games until the end of the season, they'll be crowned champions for the Premier League for the fourth time, record fourth time. But anything can still happen. The teams can still drop them. But I think it will get all the way to the final day for us to decide who wins this one.
Or you believe it to get all the way to the final game before we decide who will be the champion? Okay,
Absolutely.
going into this weekend, Arsenal will play in Bournemouth and City will play with Wolverhampton Wanderers. So, which team do you think will be in danger of dropping points between these two teams in their respective encounters?
To be honest with you, I think none. I think Arsenal will get past Bournemouth at the Emirates Stadium with so much ease. This is the only thing they're playing for right now. They're dumped out of the Champions League. The focus is about ending the season on a high, and playing at the Emirates, with the form that the boys are at the moment. I feel so. I feel for Bournemouth. The record at Bournemouth at the Emirates Stadium as well doesn't give expire so much confidence as well. So I'll be tilting towards Arsenal to get a victory. Man City will play Wolves at the Etihad Stadium. That ground right now is a no-go area for any team because, like I said, they're dumped out of the Champions League. They're in the finals of the FA Cup, and they want to get short. They want to end the season on a high. If they can't win the treble, they can win the double. And that's what their eyes set on. So, Wolves, they are very tricky campaigners. I will be sincere with you. You don't know which team will turn up when they play the good football. They can even give Man City a run for their money. But I want to think that Man City are should I say that the king of the runnings. They understand to being in this position because they've been there for over and over again, different managers, and they found a way to sneak through and win the title. So I tip Man City to get a good result against. To me, I think it could be even a thumping as much as a high goal scoring game in that encounter. Man City getting all 3 points at home. So I'm not scared for anybody, but I think Master has got a more tricky time. But because they play at the Etihad Stadium, I can wave my hands the other way and say, "Come on, Master should be able to do the job at home."
Okay, we all know that the Wolf side, the Wolf side have always have an edge over Man City. When you have the likes of Adama Traore, the Dallas,
Yeah,
a lot of players that can come in, and the Brentford as well. A lot of players that can really come in and really punch out the kidney of Man City, but they don't have that players now. Adama Traore has gone to Fulham. Other players has just left the club. João Moutinho. I think it's a cycle of new breeds of Portuguese players coming to the club. We call them the Portuguese national team of the Premier League, which is Wolf, and the team maintain that stand. But according to you, it don't seems to be like there will be a potential banana peel in that match. So do I, but anything can still happen along the line. Even Arsenal as well. Though Bournemouth have not really been playing the way they've been playing a few weeks back, but going to the Emirates Stadium is a very huge task for a team like Bournemouth, who we think they've been playing really well this season, and they could really get points from any side in the Premier League. But this is what it is at the moment, and with these two sides, for me, I think I don't really see any of them dropping points. Maybe in Old Trafford next week, Arsenal, because they've not really won there. They've not won there. Even see, and I keep on saying the Arsenal will say the way United are playing, but they shouldn't forget that United, even an average United team, they hardly beat the average United team in Old Trafford. And
Apart
this
from,
is
apart from apart from apart from the United fact, the United team being Arsenal getting struggling with against the United team, it's a big game.
it's a
It's
big
for
game.
bragging rights. A lot of them want to play for the fans. They want to play for the supporters. Gives their fans something to cheer as the season ends. So especially playing at the Old Trafford, knowing fully where that they have not reached the height everybody wanted them to reach. So that's a potential banana peel. Arsenal fans should watch it. I repeat, a potential banana peel. Arsenal fans should watch it. That's a game that can sway either way. But Arsenal will head into that game as favourites as on paper due to form and the fact that they are playing good football. And Man United and Azid, another here and there, they're struggling big time. But the fact that it's a big game, it's Arsenal Man United, it takes it to a different
And the
level,
problem,
takes
and
it
the
to a
problem,
different space.
and the problem is that also Arsenal with one win in their last 14 in Old Trafford. I just think that
Exactly.
it's going
The
to be a
pressure,
very the
they may
pressure
be,
is going to be there. The
but we've
pressure is
seen them
going to
this
be
year.
there.
Though we've seen them in games like this, we expect them to gawk under pressure. That they go into those games and they
But
find a way to get a
This is
result.
United, and United
You know,
knows that they have enemies that have been taking their Premier League over time.
they could even. But if you ask me, on a second thought, who would Man City prefer to win the title? Man City or Arsenal? I know Arsenal is a perennial rival, but Man City are their noisy neighbors as well. So they may end up deciding who takes this title at the end of the day.
Yeah, it depends. It depends on how those things. That should be next week, and we'll talk about it next week in
Yeah.
full details. Okay, let's go into other matches in the Premier League as usual. Okay, the match between those two sides, between Luton Town and Everton is still 1-1, and we are in additional time, 2 minutes additional time currently now. It's still 1-1, and I think it's going to end the draw.
Luton Town needs this win. They need this win because a win will shift them out. We send them 3 points clear of them, and move them up to 18th and give them a
Yeah,
side of, over Nottingham Forest. They need a win. That's why you will see. You're watching the game. As my eyes on two places. You see
yeah,
Taichung frustrated. He looks like a player who, if he could take his hands and put the ball in the back of the net, he would have. So
yeah.
it's a very desperate. It's desperate time. Imagine he could take it out to right back and bring it in a striker because he wants to win. A draw do them no good at all. So wait and see how this one pans out. But it looks like he's going to end in the draw from the way it's going at the moment.
Okay, the other match for us to look out for is the match between Liverpool and Tottenham Hotspur, which is the biggest match of the day, and also the London Derby match between Chelsea and West Ham. Looking at Tottenham Hotspur, I think Posto, what's his name? Posto
Ang Postecoglou.
and Koglu has been on the news recently, and after
Yeah.
losing that match against Chelsea, he said the blame should be on him. Do you agree?
I quite agree with him. I think the blame should be on him. And I've been saying this for more than 3, 4, 5 weeks. And this is the reason. For a coach at this level, there should be a plan B, there should be a plan C. And Postecoglou wants to play a certain way. Even if he's losing 5 goals to 0, he plays a certain way. And that's why Chelsea could exploit them in the first leg and beat them by 4 goals to 1. And also, 4 goals to 1, yes, I'm correct. And exploit them again the last week, just a few days ago, and beat them by 2 goals to 0 because we all know how they will set up. Defensively, I think they've got the partnership between Romero and Mickey Van der Beek is quite solid. But the problem is they are not the fastest of players and they want to play with a high line. That's my issue. They're not the fastest of player, and the coach want to push the defense forward, to choke you. But if you're able to pass around that press and play a long ball behind the defenders, you've got an easy way to go. Chelsea did that, and this guy scored a hat trick last time, Nicholas Jackson. Arsenal did that, and before you knew what was happening, just a long ball, just one ball from Okabe to Saka, and that defense was all over the place. So my problem is, if you can get the antidote right, know how to get past those they are pressing, and then play a route one direct to your number 9. He's got an easy. He's 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper automatically. So that's my problem. Sometimes you need to tweak it. You need to change it. This is where the big managers end their coin. The likes of Jose Mourinho, who would pack the balls when he needs to and play flamboyant football when he needs to. The likes of Jurgen Klopp, who will press, knows when to respect his opponent and when to attack and go for the kill. The same thing with the Pep Guardiolas of this world. As much as he was, you could see the fact that he respected Arsenal in that draw. He didn't go all out because the Arsenal has got some tools to hold them. So you don't play this. See, the issue where we as much as we adore a certain Arsene Wenger, his biggest question mark has been he plays the same way against every team. He comes into a big game believing that he's going to outplay you, and it is not going to be so because some teams have got quality players than you have. Because Arsenal, then you could know the issue with Arsenal and the transfer market. So sometimes you need to respect the opponent. Sometimes you need to accept their better. So sometimes you need to say, okay, we're not playing the high line. We don't have the speed in our center backs, and that's it. Sometimes you don't need to have the inverted left back or right back where the right back joins the midfield and leave that wing open. That's how Saka scored against them. That's how Nicolas Jackson scored against them. The right or wing back chokes into the midfield. Just change. That's why you're a manager. Read the game. But to be sincere with you, they play one of the best football in the league. I think they were quite unlucky against Chelsea. If they had scored those chances they had thrown away, they could have gotten something from that game. I don't think Chelsea were outstanding. I think Tottenham Hotspur had a go as well. So this is a different ball game. They're playing the Liverpool side, who are also all over the place. Salah and Klopp having head-to-head, but Klopp has come out to debunk and say, oh no, the issue has been completely dealt with. There's no bad blood between both of them. After all, they've been together for a very long time. And the reason why Salah is because he played on that club. We all know what the history when he was bought from Roma and he became a machine in Liverpool. So for me, it depends on which Liverpool team they're going to meet. Don't forget they're playing at the Anfield. A certain Van Dijk who doesn't know how to lose at home is going to be on that pitch of play. So it's going to be a very dicey encounter for Tottenham.
He has lost at home this season.
Finally, just once. I think that was the game they lost
Yeah,
at home to a certain
Crystal
Crystal
Palace.
Palace. Yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. So this is see, there's always history and there'll be counter history. This is why we love the game of football. But at the end of the day, I want to see Tottenham Hotspur change it a little bit. Respect your opponent. You are not the best team in the land. If it's Man City that is playing this way, I will accept it because we know even the Man City who we know can overturn teams. Sometimes other Pep Guardiola, he sometimes he's very cautious, and that's my plan with Ang, a quality manager. He has changed the feeling around Tottenham Hotspur. I think they play one of the best football in the league. But please, man, there's always going to be a plan B and a plan C and a plan D. And top game against Liverpool, we want to see whether Salah can react from all the shall I say the criticism over him. You have no reason having to go at your coach. The coach can decide to sit you on the bench for all the game and play for
yeah.
only 2 minutes. I think pride has come in. Ego has come in. He now sees himself in a certain level. This is Salah that couldn't get into the Chelsea squad. This is Salah that was playing French football in Roma and couldn't win anything. So pride has set in because of what he's done at the club. And this brings me to the same issue where I'll go back some few years back, Sadio Mane. I would, like I told you, I would have left Sadio Mane and let Salah go. The reason since Sadio Mane has left the club, he has struggled to win silver. But the only thing they've won is Carabao Cup. They won this season, and we all know why. That guy is a machine. He's an engine room. Salah is just a finish. He's just I call Salah the finishing tool. He's just here to, you know, have to see one of the best finishers in the world. But Mane is Mane brings a bit of everything, defensively, attacking wise, everything. He plays a major part in the way the team plays. So kudos to the guys. And like I said, I wish them all the best of luck in that one.
Okay, let's move on. The state of the Spanish La Liga, the state of the Italian Serie A, German Bundesliga,
And the French Ligue.
and the French League. The Spanish La Liga, I think in some few weeks' time, it will be decided to be given to Real Madrid.
11 points clear with these 4 games to go. Yeah, Barcelona, I think Barcelona are traveling to Girona, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
That's a big fight. Girona are got one eye on Champions League football, and they could be the team who could just end the title race. Get a good win against Barcelona. Madrid get a victory against Cadiz as well this weekend, and the rest could be history. But see, I believe in just let Barcelona keep playing. Anything can happen. Football is a very cruel game. But do I see Madrid losing 3 or 4 times? It's not going to happen. But I think they need to give it a go. Keep trying to win their games. And when the title is over, the title is over. That's all Barcelona can do. They can only keep playing and hoping for the best. Real Madrid can kill off the game in the next 2 games. If they win the game this weekend and allow Girona to do the job, they could be crowned champions earlier this weekend.
yeah, I do agree with you. So the Italian Serie A has been decided. Inter are crown champions. Juventus, AC Milan, Bologna, Roma, eventually, and I think one other team in the mix are vying for the place in the Champions League. So, who do you think?
Yeah.
Who do you think will be the 3 teams to join Juventus, to join Inter, AC Milan, and who do you think will be the 3 teams that will join
See,
Inter Milan?
the truth is this. Now they have a good chance of everybody has a good chance of playing the Champions. Know why? Because of the coefficient, Italy and Germany has got 5 slots in the Champions League. So automatically, Inter Milan are already in the Champions League, and Italy can get as much as 6 slots. If Roma wins the Europa League and does not make the top 4, they could make it as high as 6 because automatically the winner of the Champions League and the winner of the Europa League gets automatic slots back to the Champions League. And don't forget, even in the Champions League, a German team is still there. Dortmund may not be in the top 4 winning, and they get as much as 6 teams in the Champions League. So these are the things we can calculate. But let's look at Barcelona. Now what they need to do is now they know they have 5 slots. If Barcelona finish 5th for the first time in their history, they go to Champions League. It doesn't change anything. So it's as much as you can see it in the same thing with the Serie A as well. So at the end of the day, they all make it.
I just think that there's an injustice being done to the English league. And correct me if I'm wrong.
It's about points. It's about points, man.
Let me make this point. You have a German league that is all up to 20 teams. I don't think they should be in that coefficient. I don't think they should be in that coefficient. That is my personal opinion. I don't think they should be there.
Okay.
If they want to be there, they should make their league to be the
20.
20. Yes, that is just it. Because you also have, remember that you have a certain league goes across the border where I live in Scotland. They have 12 teams in that league. 12 teams. And still, even before this whole issue of 42 teams came up, the first in that league still go ahead and play a playoff stage, and which I think it was unfair
Yeah.
for the Scottish league, because
Come on, their competition is bad now. Their competition is
no,
bad.
no, no, it's not
It's
that.
that
It's not
bad.
that. No, no. You have the team. If the German league, I think this point needs to be settled in any way. If the German league needs to compete with other, if something needs to be given to them, they should have a 20-man league. And that's how I see it. You cannot rob Peter, rob the likes of Italy and England or any other league and pay Paul. That's just the reality. That's how I
It
see
is
it.
what it is. Like I said, it's you say, she say, the rules are the rules. Unfortunately, and the top five leagues in Europe, and they get the same coefficients with the English Premier League. You could argue that it's quite unfair because they have 18 teams, and out of that 18, five will play Champions League. But it is what it is. Maybe it's something that the English and other European countries can have a say, have a go on with UEFA, to see whether they can. Because it's at the end of the day, to be sincere with you, if Serie A will have 20 teams, the League One will have 20 teams, the Premier League will have 20 teams, the Spanish Liga will have 20 teams, the Bible Germany not have 20 teams. What's keeping them from having 20 teams in the league as well? Not as if they're even playing two cup competitions. They only got one, the DFB Pokal. Well, England has got two, the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup as well. So these are arguments, you can argue, but at the end
These
of
are
the day,
arguments. These are arguments the Premier League can bring
it,
up.
they're
Yeah,
quite valid, but the points are the points, and maybe that will be for after next season because we now know that the top five in Germany will make it, so and the top five in Serie A will make it, so it makes the job easier because you see Juventus, AC Milan, Inter Milan, and now Roma, because Napoli is out of the case, and Bologna all make it to the Champions League. So
I
this is
agree
good
with
news for the Rossi. This is good one for the Rossi because at the end of the day, Bologna look like a team that they're playing at the moment as I speak to you. They're under Thiago Motta. They're having a good time in the league with a player called Ossolini, one player I love so much. One of the
you. Yeah.
best players I've worked. Yeah, exactly. It would be so cruel not to have them in the Champions League,
Oh,
and
it
then but
doesn't matter. I
unfortunately,
don't think I don't think Roma can pull such huge crowd in the Champions League now. I don't think so.
maybe not,
They've
maybe
never.
not, but they've got the history ahead of Bologna. Can Bologna pull the crowd that Roma would? So that's the question. So it's
Probably yes,
all
because
these
this is their
permutations.
first. Probably yes, but this is because this is their first time as well. So, but
Yeah.
what it is? Okay, let's fast forward. The German league has decided. Bayern Leverkusen have won the league, and we still see them. I don't think these guys are going to lose. You saw what they did to Roma. They
Are you
just
saying
they
that they're going to
just.
win every tournament that they play in this season?
I am
As I
saying
speak
that.
to you, they are in the final of the DFB Pokal. They are one leg into the final of the Europa League, and they have
Yeah,
won the
yeah,
title. So
yeah.
I was saying someone I said not play spoiler. They could win everything and get to the final of the Europa League and lose, maybe to Atlanta or Marseille. And that could be the only way, their only defeat of the season. But they would prefer to have lost a game in the league, they have won the title, than lose a final of the Europa League when they can win the treble as well. So these are
They
the questions.
can.
But for now, they are unbeaten. They have a record 47. If they get to avoid defeat against Eintracht Frankfurt at the weekend, they go a record 48 alone. No team has done that, and whether it's in the league or in all competition. So this is fantastic, unprecedented. But all competition right now, they're on their record. No team can come close. It will be
Yeah.
so. You see, it will be something Alonso would cherish for the rest of his life
Of his
if he
life,
can
yeah,
go all season
all the way, yeah.
unbeaten. No manager has done it. No, and to think that it's in the top five league, top tier of football in Europe. No manager, not Mourinho, not Arsene Wenger, not Alex Ferguson, not Pep Guardiola, not even the Don Carlo Ancelotti. If he does this at his first attempt, because last season he came in mid-season when the team was struggling, and do it in one season, come on, he needs to write a book because I need to
So
know personally how he did that.
yeah, so with 3 matches left for them, I think they can go all the way to unbeaten since they won the league. I think they can go all the way.
Absolutely,
They got
absolutely.
discipline, they got that fight, they got that heart, and then they have everything as a team, and they have the
To be
individuals.
sincere with you, they have
The
quality
likes.
players.
No, that's what I'm saying.
They
They have
have quality players.
individuals that can hurt you from left, right, center. The likes of Pimpon, the likes of Florian Voigt.
Grimaldo, Florian
They
Wirtz,
have
Victor Boniface,
Grimaldo.
Patrick Sheep,
And just to think
Patrick
about
Sheik,
just a
Jonathan
little,
Tah, Granit Xhaka.
yeah, just a little about Florian Voice. Remember, this guy had an ACL 2 years ago in 2022. He came back from
Yeah,
it. He came back from it and was a player he has been. Now, clubs,
what a
just
player.
22, just 20 years old, and this is how he plays, and it's good. With about
He can
18
be.
goals, how
He
many
can.
goals?
Yeah,
18
he
goals and
can be.
20 assists in all competition.
Yeah, he
What's a
cannot
player?
be in Bayern Leverkusen after last season. I think there's some players that will be leaving Bayern Leverkusen as Alonso is leaving as well. Alonso has a contract in end of next season. Alonso, I don't
Yeah,
think Boniface will be there. I don't think Florian Wirtz will be there. To be sincere, which I don't think Grimaldo and of course certain Frimpong will be there. Right, Xhaka will be there because he's a Tarare right now. He's enjoying life. Nobody thought he'll be winning the league after leaving Arsenal. But some key young players who have had fantastic seasons. Come on, come on. The attack line has been absolutely outstanding. Adric, the guy who played the midfield, I don't think he'll
yeah.
be there. Did you see that finish in the
No,
Europa
no.
League? That was
Yeah.
exquisite. Right on the money,
What
bang.
a cracker, yes,
The,
yeah. What a cracker
yeah,
from
the
that.
control and the way he hits that ball, there was no chance for Sila in goal for Roma. If he
Yeah.
does that 10 times, he scores 10 times. Absolute
Okay.
beauty of a goal. Absolutely.
Okay, let's okay. The French League on has decided as well. I think PSG has won that. They've won that. Though it's not
Absolutely.
official. Though it's not official, but
how long can we wait, man?
they've won that league. So, and I think for them, we have to do a send forth. If they go into the final of Champions League, that should be the cherry on the cake for them, and for
Icing on the
Kylian
cake.
Mbappe as well. Yes, and for Kylian Mbappe as well. So now we just have 4 minutes towards the end of the show now. So, and this is the question I want
Mm.
to ask you. Is it a smart move for the Premier League, the English Premier League, to have a salary cap, or a spending cap, let's say around 450 million pounds, because the least club in the Premier League in that position that wins relegation, we go home with 103 pounds, 103 million pounds. Now, if you add that money or multiply that money by four, it will be going to there about 112 million, 412 million pounds. Let me explain.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now, do you think that for salary, for signing of players, this money involves salary, signing of players, and let's see, and agent and payment of agent as well? Do you
Agent
think
fee.
this money?
Yeah.
Yes. Do you think this money will be enough for the likes of Manchester City, Manchester United, Arsenal? Yes, Arsenal they might look for a way around it and getting players. Chelsea, Liverpool. Do you think this amount will be enough for them to spend in a season?
First of all, I think it will make the league more competitive in the sense that everybody will be able to have the same bargaining power because despite the money Man City has got, they've got a salary cap where they can't go beyond, they can't spend beyond whether it's salary wages, the cap is there. Same thing with Arsenal, Man City. So it makes it a bit more competitive. But what does it do? It kills the edge that the Premier League has got on other clubs on other leagues in Europe. Because but they want to get players from the league or the Spanish La Liga. They want to get players from the team to triple the amount of the money. Remember, they believe that the Premier League has got enough money. So if there's an inflation whenever they sell to teams in the Premier League. You get it?
Yeah.
So teams will not be like, oh, we sell to Inter Milan for 20 million, but we're selling to you for 60 million because we know you can afford it. Imagine you saying over 100 million is going to the team that is relegated. That's how lucrative the league is. No league does that. So for me, would it make the league more competitive? Yes. Would it improve the quality of players in the league? No, because they will not be able to spend more. But teams will have equally balanced teams, equal quality of players, and give the league more to be more entertaining, more interesting, and most probably allow players not to overshoot at them. Use the money to buy the league. But that edge they've got over other teams that is visible. You can see the quality. Some teams look at Aston Villa and where they should be on the table, but they're punching above their weight now in the semi-finals of the Conference League. Got the quality, and they're competing favorably with teams even in the top tiers of the top leagues. So that's what I'm trying to say. So for
Yeah.
me, it will take that edge in the transfer market because you can't overspend anymore. You can't buy like 4 or 5 players to add quality. Maybe you only buy a microscopic 2 or 3, but it will make the league competitive better at the same level more interesting. But the
But
quality of
look at
players will
Europe
drop
now.
because people no
But look
longer be
at
able to
Europe.
buy as much as they
Look at
want.
Europe.
They will be buying maybe
Look
2 or
at
3 passes.
let's look at Europe. Let's look at Europe. Let's look at what is happening in Europe. If you have that cap, that means the likes of
Yeah,
United, the likes of City, the likes of Liverpool will not be able to compete with the likes of Real Madrid and Barcelona in Europe. And that's just it.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. The edge, it takes away the edge they've got in Europe in the transfer market. It takes away the say they've got in the transfer market. Only thing to do to improve the academies because you will not have to look inward to get players like the Sanchos of this world, the Sakas. The academy will be well built because at the end of the day, you've got one eye on the academy because you can't buy all the whole players you need in the transfer market. But the edge you've got, like I said, it will not allow that Madrid can even go 4 or 5 years winning the Champions League because of the quality of players they can gather. The same thing with Barcelona. They will lose that edge in Europe that they have right now. The only team that can go toe to toe with an English team in the market is Real Madrid right now. Check it, or Paris Saint-Germain. Either
I
no
agree
other
with
team
you.
can. You can see a team
Yeah.
like Nottingham Forest is dragging players with Lyon, with Marseille. He's dragging players with Betis, with Barcelona because Barcelona are really down right now. I must put them into the bracket as well. So it is what it is, man. So to lose that edge, give Madrid a big chance to win the Champions League in the next 5 years, but it will improve the league and the quality of the academies across the nation. But to me, I personally don't like it. I don't agree with it because come on, we want to see the best players play in the Premier League. The reason why we love the Premier League because of the quality of players we see in the Premier League and the quality of managers as well.
Yeah, I agree with you. Okay, we have come to the end of the show today. Kindly subscribe to Fancy Football, hit the like buttons, and smash the notification bell for more updates. And for those that are watching us, we are heading to 1,000 subscribers. Please kindly like this video, share it, and do a lot of go viral with it as well. As we continue to talk football on Fancy Football. Goodbye, Nonso, and I will see you when I see you.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Cheers.